Welcome everyone! So today's topic is going to be about Erikson's stages of psychosocial development. What is Erikson's theory of psychosocial development? It was a theory designed in order to predict one's personality depending on the success of all 8 stages, which we will go over. Overall, the success in all of these stages will lead ultimately to a healthy personality. What happens if an individual fails a stage? It may decrease the individual's ability to further complete subsequent stages. Overall failure in one or more stages may lead to an unhealthy personality. So let's go over the 8 stages of Erikson's psychosocial development theory. Also, one last question to note, are these stages reversible? And the answer is yes. Okay, so let's talk about the first stage, which happens during the period of infancy. So this stage, you can either explore trust or mistrust. And if you successfully complete this stage, you will gain trustfulness. This stage will lead to the virtue of hope and the sense of having a support system. However, if you fail this stage, the person may lead to distrustfulness with others around them, and they will not gain this virtue of hope, and they will not have a sense of a support system. So that is stage 1. Stage 2 happens during toddlerhood. And this is autonomy versus shame. This is where the toddler will learn independency. The individual will develop a sense of will. And so by developing this sense of will, they will gain more initiative towards wanting to do something. However, if they fail to complete this stage, they may lack self-esteem, they may become dependent on others, and they may feel ashamed of themselves. So that was stage number 2. Stage number 3 happens during preschool. And this is between initiative versus guilt. This is when the individual will start carrying out tasks, develops a sense of purpose. So that is very important. And if they fail this stage, they will have a sense of guilt, a lack in initiative, and a feeling of being a burden on other people. So that's the 3rd stage. Now the 4th stage is elementary. So this is where they can either gain competence or they can feel inferior. So if they pass this stage correctly, they will gain confidence in applying themselves to different situations, and the individual will then learn to gain competence. However, if they fail this stage, they will have a feeling of inferiority and they may doubt their full potential. So they may not want to carry out tasks because they do not believe they are good enough to do so. The 5th stage happens during adolescence. This stage is between identity and role confusion. So if successfully completed, they will first try to test roles and identify their identity. And if successfully completed, they will gain fidelity and also learn to accept others. However, if they fail this stage, they may be confused in their own role in society So that can be quite detrimental later on. Stage number 6 happens during young adulthood. And this stage is between intimacy versus isolation. In this stage, you want to understand and gain intimate relationships, and you will be able to form a sense of commitment. The individual, if successfully completed, will lead to the virtue of love. So they will be able to form committed relationships and understand the meaning of love if they successfully complete this stage. However, failure to do so may lead to loneliness and depression. So 7, we're dealing with middle adulthood. In this stage, we can either be generativity or stagnation. So if successfully completed, we will have a feeling of contribution to the society by either working, having a family, volunteering, etc. And if completed, you will develop the virtue of care. However, if you fail to accomplish this stage, one may develop stagnation and have the sense of unaccomplishment. And the very last stage, it happens during late adulthood, and this stage is between ego and integrity versus despair. And this person will develop a feeling of satisfying life, and if completed successfully, the individual may develop wisdom as their virtue. However, failing to do so, one may feel guilty, unaccomplished, and exhibit despair later on. So those were the 8 stages of Erikson's psychosocial development theory. And we had talked about what happens during which period of life. The 8 stages, we had talked about what would happen if successful in each stage, and what would happen if they fail each stage. So that is it for this video. I hoped it helped you. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.